Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. Let's see if we can get this second week of 2024 into the green. Let's get to it. As always, nothing that I state on this channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that you put out there is at risk for loss. All right, I'm back home. I just feel so much more comfortable in my environment here. It just makes trading so much easier. I've got all my screens, I've got access to everything. So I'm really hoping for a positive week here in trading. We're going to take one trade at a time. Let's see what we can extract from this market. Taking a look at oil on my left hand side, and gold is over here on my right. We've had a pretty much a slow, steady increase this morning. Um, Pretty big wick right here that just came out at 755. Let's see. Let's see what oil and gold provide us here in the first session. So, not much changed with our evaluation account because we didn't take any trades. We didn't take any trades on Friday, which again, I think it's probably the first time. I know that that's the first time that this has happened since I started trading these strategies a long time ago. So that was kind of nutty, but that's okay. Let me take a look at the Rob reversal. We did get into a trade. We got into a trade on Friday that initially went into profit, went into some drawdown, went back into some profit. Pretty much by I flew out on Friday from Florida, so I had to cut my trade short. But I took about a $400 profit in my funded account that I trade this funded account right here, which I've used specifically for this 15-minute Rob reversal. It's the way that I got that account funded. And now that it is funded, I've been trading it to some pretty good success. So um, let's see. I'm really hoping that we can get a trade here on this. This thing has just been rocking for me. So hopefully, you know, if you want to learn that strategy, if you want to learn our oil or our gold strategy, again, the videos are linked in the description below. There's a link there to our Discord. Um, it's a pretty great community of people that are trading the same strategies, people that have automated the strategy. There's, I mean, just a lot of really nice human beings that I think have the same kind of goal in mind. I think they have the same struggles as well. Um, a lot of me, I put out that video on Friday, which again, I called it a nothing burger that my kids laughed at. But it is what it was. I mean, we didn't have any trades. There was nothing there. But the fact that I was able to turn maybe not a negative because we didn't lose anything, but 2 hours of screen time and not take any trade, I think shows a lot of patience. It shows a lot of maturity in allowing the strategy and the rules and the conditions to decide the trade instead of me discretionally going in there and thinking that this is going to bounce off of a support or bounce off a demand in a supply zone. And I'm not knocking those strategies. Those strategies are great. It just have never really fit my trading style and have never been profitable long enough for me to say, okay, this is repeatable and it's sustainable. And that's the reason why I like my strategies is that I personally believe that they are very repeatable. They're very simple and they're consistent. So until I am proven, unless I prove to myself that based on my back testing the edge is gone, I will continue to work on them. And at the same time, I continue to work on strategies because I'm always trying to. That's one thing I will say about my Discord is that they're fantastic about optimizing strategies. So, if there's something that people come up with and they say, hey, this thing has been working, we back tested and it works. Hey, I have no problem putting that in. I'm not stuck on these three strategies. I'm not. I am very open to trading what is going to make us money, and but at the same time having very clear conditions. I get asked, "Hey, why don't you give us your 835 NQ strategy?" Well, guess what? It's not that simple. It's nowhere near as simple as my three strategies in the morning. So, I mean, even with the simple oil inside bar strategy, we get asked, or I should say, I get asked 50 different questions on the rules and the conditions, and I think it's a pretty simple. Oh, that's why. See, that was a good one right here. Had on a 1 minute time frame. Let's go. So I moved everything. That makes a lot more sense now because I was saying, wow, this is going pretty nutty. Um, Obviously, I came back from Florida. I've been trading from my laptop, and I spent a good 25 minutes this morning making sure, and actually last night, making sure that all my charts and everything were going to be updated. And I almost made a colossal error because my chart was set to 1 minute. So that's why I was seeing a lot of craziness, and it kind of didn't make any sense to me. But glad that I found it there. My accounts are all right. My ATMs are put in. Offsets are good. So we're ready to start trading here this morning. Stick around so you can see what trades we take this morning and my recap on the entire day coming up shortly.
Order canceled.
All right, so here we get activated for our first trade of the day. This trade's going to be in oil. So we had both of our entries put in at the top and the bottom of that green inside bar. And now I'm just adjusting my stop loss and my take profit. As you can see, the source bar was huge to the left of it, and if we were to take our stop loss all the way to the top of that source candle, it would have been 51 ticks. So at that point, I reduce anything 40 ticks or above, I reduce it down to 35. So that's what I'm looking for. I've got 35 ticks of stop, 35 ticks of take profit, obviously minusing out my tick of offset here, and just speeding up this trade here, because the trade does end up taking, I think we were in this trade for about 20-25 minutes today. But again, this is just showing you guys what patience can do, and sticking in there. I mean, I know that when I'm in a trade, it's very easy to get nervous. Especially here, you're going to see in this trade that our entry starts to kind of provide us with a kind of like a support and a resistance area. So it was constantly, banging from one side to the other at our entry line. And you've got to have a sense of patience in these trades to let them go to your take profit, or sometimes, unfortunately, to our stop loss. And, I'm tracking gold on the right as of this morning, yet we still have not taken a trade in gold. And as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking to myself, well, it looks like we might have an inside bar going in at gold at the same time, which, like I've said, does happen quite frequently. But I believe that this one, gold continues up here and does not get. So you can see I got my cursor now on the right hand side because I'm kind of getting ready there in case I got to put an entry order. And right there he goes. it wicked up to the upside, and no trade in gold. So we're still looking at oil. Oil here then starts to really get a strong
Target filled.
push.
Order canceled.
All right, and then several minutes later, we get a trade in gold here. I was getting a little nervous about this trade just because it's right at the end of the session. We had two inside bars in a row, which to me always says market indecision. Now we're really looking for a strong push, one way or the other. And since we got activated to the long, we're looking for a strong push here in gold. Adjusting my take profit and my stop loss. Again, I'm trying to do this in the evaluation and in my cash account below, so it does get a little hectic here. But gold proves to be a really nice trade here. We're about a tick away from full take profit.
Target filled.
There you go. Full take profit, oil session 1, gold session for the day, up $500. Boom, baby. What a day. What a day trading. I mean, I'm just telling you, I get home and I just feel so much more comfortable. And not saying that is what's moving the markets. I'm not saying that at all, but it feels so nice to be in an environment that you're familiar with. And holy shit, man, did oil. So our first, let's bring it up. I'm excited. Let's take a look at gold. So here's a teaching moment. So we get an inside bar. One of the reasons why you should subscribe to the Discord channel. Put an alert out saying, listen, guys, source candle's a big one. Okay. And it looks like we're going to get an inside bar, which we did at 8:05. And I told everybody, make sure that you're taking a look at your stop loss and your take profit. My strategy calls for anything that is 40 ticks or higher. We reduce the stop loss and the take profit to 35 ticks. And this was a perfect example. So let me just delete the first trade here. So we would have in order to go short down here, 1 tick below the low, and we would have a long order or a buy 1 tick to the high. So we get activated to the short. So let me bring out the tool here. Let me put it right on the entry. Now, if we go all the way to the top of our source candle, that's 52 ticks. Okay. Let me just see if this would have hit. Yeah, wow. It would have even hit on the full 1-to-1. But that's not the strategy. I just did that for shits and giggles. So we would reduce this down to 35 ticks. We would take our take profit to 35 ticks. Not gonna lie, it took a little bit. It took a little bit of time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it took about 25 minutes in that trade, 20 something minutes. But boom, full take profit. I think I took 330 or 340 on that trade because of the 1 tick offset, and no trade in the second session of oil. Okay, I believe that if you were trading the MCL, which is the micro version of it, there would have been an inside bar. Secondary teaching moment here is if you are trading the micros, and I think I've mentioned this in the past, what I would recommend is trade, if you're trading the micros, which is perfectly fine. I trade the micro version of gold on my cash account, and I trade the CL in my cash account. But for instance, if I'm trading the micro, I'm still basing my trade off of the CL chart. So even if I was trading micros, I would not have been in a trade here. So some people that are strictly trading micros, If they see an inside bar in micros, they're getting in. That's perfectly fine. I'm not saying that you can't do that, but generally speaking, the CL is what moves everything, is what moves the micro version of it, and they are off by several ticks in price action. So just be careful with that. We want to go with everyone, and that's just, I guess, the best way that I can explain that. So let's take a look at gold. I'll be honest with you, I was getting a little nervous with gold just because it was getting really late in the session. We had an inside bar here at 8:45 in the morning. So let me delete this. 8:45. So our we're basing our entries off of the first inside bar, not the second one, the first one. I personally do like when we have an inside bar followed by another inside bar. That just is just compressing price action, getting that indecision, looking for either buyers or sellers to step in and say, you know what, we're going this way or we're going down, whichever way, doesn't matter. Now I'm going to be honest with you though. So in Discord, I said, listen, guys, if we don't get activated into this last candle, okay, so this 8:55 to 9 a.m. candle, Central Time, if we don't get activated here, I'm killing this. I'm not getting into this trade at all because then that would put us outside of our session time. And I'll be honest with you, if I had a discretionary view of the market, I would say short would have probably been a little bit better. We had lower highs up to this point. We're having lower highs and lower lows. So if you're looking at it for price action, discretionary, people on Discord, they're all like, I would rather be going to the short. Now, I don't trade with discretion. So I said, I'm keeping this trade in. But if we do not get activated on this candle, I'm not trading gold today. Of course, what happens? We get activated to the long. Okay. So again, we're basing it off of the first inside bar. And we are taking our stop loss to our source candle, which was this bar to the left of the first inside bar. And we had 19 ticks of stop, so we're looking for 19 ticks of profit. Boom. And we actually hit that one very quickly. Very, very, very quickly. So for today on the evaluation, $500. Now, another teaching moment. So in the beginning, these are, again, going back to rules and conditions. I said, if I take two early winners, meaning gold and oil, or if there's no gold, two oils, if I win two in a row, I'm done on the evaluation. So that's what I said in my Discord. I'm done with the evaluation. We're up $500 today. We're in the green on the evaluation today, which is fantastic. But I'm still going to take a look at taking a trade in oil for second session in my cash account. So there was no inside bar that came in second session. So I'm in my 835 NQ trade hit today. Both of my oil gold hit. I mean, just an awesome day. A great Monday. Great way to start the week. Great way to, just feel positive going into it. And then let me just let you know what, for tomorrow. So tomorrow, when I open up my charts and when I open up my TopStep evaluation account, I'm now going to be in the green. So now I have a buffer. Now you're not like today. I think we started, I don't know, minus $300 for the entire week because we had that dumb day where we took some really good profit and had the wrong account set up on there, and it was just a dumb fiasco. So I mean, we would be up really good if we had that day still count for us, but it doesn't, and that's fine. That's part of trading. But I'm still green now in the evaluation, and that gives you kind of a buffer for the rest of the week, which is great because it kind of takes away a little bit of that stress and gets you into that good feeling for going forward. So Rob reversal, we've got nothing yet today. We had a short signal at 9:15 in the morning. Again, that closed above the 80 MA, so we've got no trade there. And then that's it. It's 10:01 in the morning on the 8th Central Time, and I'm done. I'm done trading for the rest of the day. I've got no more reason to take any other trades. Green, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out here. Please make sure to like the video. That helps me tremendously. One, to stay in front of you guys in YouTube. Two, it lets me know that, hey, there's people that actually want to see what I'm doing here, what the Discord community is doing here. It's all free, so hopefully you guys are having some fun with this. If you haven't, please subscribe. If you want to follow the strategies, they're all linked below. Go ahead and hit it. We are working with a TopStep evaluation. If you're interested in that, there's a link below in the description for that as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy trading, everyone.